Christmas Eve, everybody. My name is Leslie Ohnstad. I'm the creator of Color Art Products. I'm your host of ColorPlay Live when I'm on. Yes, it's been very random. Lots of stuff happening. We're down to the last 10 days of transitioning from the last warehouse to here. And yeah, I'm not exactly going to say I bit off more than I could chew, but there was more than I realized that was there on my plate until we dug into it, you know, and they say take one bite of the elephant at the time. So that's what we're doing. So last time I was on, we were doing some really cool ornaments. As a matter of fact, I've got them in the other room, sadly. But experimenting with the concept of laying the color on the ceramic ornaments. Hey there, Catherine. How you doing, sweetheart? I did fool around on these vases a little bit the last couple days, but I got this crazy idea about using the minerals as a pastel. And could it work? Hi, Kate. How you doing, sweetheart? Hey, Marla. How you guys doing? Now, Kate, where you're at, it's probably late Christmas Eve, or is it early Christmas morning? Are you ahead of us? Kate's in the United Kingdom, so it's probably not Christmas yet. We're here, it's Christmas morning, or it's still 11 something in the morning, my time, Christmas Eve. But happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Hey, Jerry, 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Ooh, that's when all the candles are on and things get magical, huh? You guys are all waiting for Santa. Yes. Oh, did I say New Year's Eve? Ooh, Christmas Eve. Yep. Kate corrected me. Christmas Eve. So I started thinking about other ways to use this stuff, but I think I need to take a step sideways just for a second. I'm going to show you what I did, but a couple of the colors I had blended. And what's interesting, in 2021, when I started getting more and more and more, oh, 1 p.m. Christmas Eve. So, oh, you're in Minnesota, Midwest, right? Okay. When I first got these, because for years I simply used interferences. I was a little bit snobby. I admit I was a bit of a snob about sticking to interference because I wanted the translucency and my mind was not very open to other things to play with. But when I first got them, I went a little crazy making blends. And actually, now that I'm thinking about this, if I can get this whole tray over here, this may or may not work to just give you some ideas of some of the blends I made. Meaning, I just took a pigment and went, ooh, let's take a dash of this, and let's take a dash of this, and let's... Oh, Kate, you're sick? You and Sherry both. She's got some stomach bug. Sherry Ellis probably watched the replay, but she's not feeling too well right now. Anyway, when I got these things, my brain immediately went to, well, what if I mix some gold with some rose red? Or what if I mix this with this? And of course, one of the first colors I had to make was a peach. And to make peach, you actually do yellow and like a pretty rose red if you can. But here's just a few left. Most of you guys ended up getting mine in my mystery boxes. Mystery boxes ended up getting the majority because that weekend I sat down and I must have made 150 different combinations. I was so excited at the concept of building a mineral blend first and then doing something with it. But here's a tray, and I'm sorry, it's just kind of random. I wasn't really planning on doing this. So this one I called Golden Rainbow. And it looks like I took some light gold and just the 3 interferences and created like an aurora borealis effect in the gold. So you can see every color of the rainbow there. And I took that light fine gold, mixed them in there, and I ended up giving it a name, Golden Rainbow. I did this in 2021, I think, when I made these. Okay, here's another one. Wow, it's thinking it's a pretty, blend for prism pour, but it's got a weird name on it. That might not be a blend. let's see, part orange, part red, super gold. Yeah, here's now a darker one where I used an orange, opal red, diamond red, and then a splash of the super gold, and it came out more bronzy. Believe it or not, I do have some colors here too. I'm looking for the, oh, this is probably one of my favorites. It starts with the lilac blue, and then you take every color of opal that you've got. Now the opals, sorry for the black surface, it doesn't show the color nearly as well. I know better. Let's see what it looked like on the white so you guys can see this. So see how you see every color of the rainbow in there? I mean, it's just sparkling like crazy, right? I made this by taking the lilac blue. That's what it's in the specialty mineral page. And this color, by the way, is phenomenal, is beautiful and ornaments. It's a really pretty, shifty blue, lilac blue, right? And then I mixed equal proportions, and it's hard to tell because you're seeing this bright, sparkly green and blue in there, right? And all those colors. See how pretty that is? Well, you would never believe it's equal portions of these three. These are the opal colors. I keep talking about the opal colors when we've made the fairy tale collection, when we did the crystal butterfly set, when we did the, God, there's several colors that are made with this. This is a specialty mineral. It's not mica. Most of them I offer are not mica anymore. And it has a gray cast to it. So in the jar, it's going to look a little bit like a funky gray. And it's just the mineral has a slight transparent gray. But its ability to refract light and color is off the charts. It's way more brilliant than the regular interference. So this one's the green opal, the red opal, the blue opal. They did make a violet opal. I think I have it here. However, they don't make it anymore. I can't get my hands on it anymore. And so now here's my stash of the opal violet. It looks similar to the red. This does have more of a red thing, but what we were able to do when they stopped producing the violet opal was we were able to add a good portion, I'd say about 1/3 interference violet mixed with the red opal, and you get almost what looks like a violet opal effect. So you can add the violet in if you want to. But these three put together made this color. And it's hard to believe because this is so stinking gorgeous, right? And yet you're looking at the opals going, how could that possibly be? Well, one thing about these opal colors is they refract whatever they're mixed with. And so they picked up the colors in this one. Okay, one of my favorite combinations. There's got to be a lid for this one here. There's a reason for my madness here. This one looks like it was gold, golden red, some kind of mystery color. I was making a peach, right? Now, typically you could make a peach color with yellow and some kind of rose red. And I think I have two colors here that would do this. I'm just going to have to find a container that can do this. I was struggling. I started almost too late. I'm really was worried I was going to be late on this event because I was still trying to get all the containers organized. I printed all my labels out, and now I'm somebody who's ever watching Catherine. You can laugh at me now because she knows I was printing the labels. I can't figure out how to stick them to the jars. I feel like an absolute idiot. Like, what did I do wrong, right? Okay, but let's try to make our own peach, right? Now, typically the yellow is really strong. You don't need that much yellow to do this, okay? So if I want a pinky peach, and I'm going to try to get close to this color. This color we sold as Harvest Fire. If you have some, lucky you, because we can't get this stuff anymore. Supposed to sell what, honey? I forget what, I didn't see what Catherine said. You can see this color. Actually, I like this color better on my hand because you can really see the color of this color. This was the color that was used to make Harvest Fire. I don't have enough to sell it to anybody, but I'm going to try to make my own pretty peach. Okay, get close to that. And so I'm thinking one part of this Flash Rose Red, which has kind of a lot of shimmer to it, and that's what I want. If I'm going to try to duplicate that Harvest Fire, I need a nice pinky shimmer, right? And then I'm going to try to mix it with the yellow, but not too much yellow. So let's start with, I'm just going to try to do, this is a new peach for me. This is a combination I haven't used before, but I wanted a little bit more pinky than number. So that's 4 parts of the rose red. I'm thinking this yellow is kind of strong. So, but I like how flashy it is, real sparkly. So I'm going to be really careful in this scoop and literally just measure out a flat scoop of the yellow and hope that I haven't put too much yellow in to get my peach. Now, I love these little jars. I got these on container and packaging. They're 4-ounce jars. They weren't too expensive, and they're perfect to do mixes in. They have, I think, 2-ounce version of these, which would be perfect to have in your own studio. Or those little 1-ounce, those little salsa cups that we mix our paint in aren't bad to do. But you've got to be able to shake it up, just like when we're making the rocks. Now that's kind of pink. I see more pink than yellow, which I did want more pink than yellow. Ooh, that's pretty, but it's still, and this is still a little bit more peachy. I'm trying to come close to this if I can. So I'm going to add just a tad more yellow. The beautiful thing is you can always add more, but if you put too much in, you can't take it away. So you want to be careful. I'm going to just try to put a half a scoop in there because it's already turned it from a straight pink. I can see the straight pink already starting to change mixed in that yellow. And there is a method to my madness here, guys. I promise you there's a reason why I'm showing you this. Because there's some custom colors I made for this dry painting we're going to do today. And I wanted you to at least see the concept, other than my hands are not that great for getting this top off. This is why I like these screw-on caps. I have more control getting the lid off with my hand. That's a pretty pinky peach. I'm going to try to use it in our piece today. But I will be showing you what this mineral, I've got to come up with a name for it, that we use to make the Harvest Fire. This stuff was really pricey. It came from another company, and I'm not real sure if I can get that again. I'm going to try. Let things settle down a little bit and we get moved over here, and then we won't have to worry about it. Now I'm making room on my table because we're going to do our project now. And why I showed you how to mix is I had created a custom brown. Hey there, Gia. How you doing, sweetheart? See this beautiful brown? This is now, brown is normally made with yellow, red, and blue. Okay? And the plastic slipped too much. What's getting, okay, I'm not sure what she's saying. But when you make brown, you need yellow, red, and blue. But yellow is there's some bright yellows, but yellow can be tricky when you're talking with the minerals. So if I can get one that's already orange, I've covered the issue of, right, the yellow and the red. So by taking this orange and mixing it with a blue, 1 part blue, 4 parts of this tangerine orange, and any one of the blues will work. I've got to give you the real name. This was called Sky Blue by the manufacturer. There's another name up on the website, but any of the blues will do. The darker the blue, the more deeper your brown will be. But that came up with a really beautiful warm brown. 4 parts of the tangerine, 1 part blue. You can make a warm brown. Now, I made a deeper brown, and I did start with actually a brown mineral. I just poured it off here. This is the Cocoa Ember. It's the warmer of the two. It still looks a little bit drab in the jar. But how I did this, the recipe says I used 1 part of Autumn Blaze. That's this stuff. And then I use, because see how this is warmed up from here? This is a lot warmer. So I use 1 part Autumn Blaze, 2 parts of the brown, 2 parts of the Opal Red, and 1